out again bright and early, making the most of my bank holiday weekend, and getting up and getting out. Not so easy, 4 days in a row, but you've got to force yourself to do it. I'm back in the Peak District. I'm at Baslow Edge, and Carver Edge is over onto my right there. As you can see, I'm in the golden hour already. This morning we got clouds. We have actually got clouds, so we may get some colour. So I'm on a mission now to find myself a composition, because I've got nothing planned, set up ready for this. I just decided that this is where I was going to go, this side. This is what I was going to do. There's some snow on the hills. We had a little bit of snow, patches of snow. You can see as I'm walking along there's little drizzles of snow, but it's only tiny. But it all adds to the image, doesn't it? It all adds to the background view. So what am I going to find? I need to find a large set of rocks that's leading me over towards them clouds, I think, because I think as the sun rises they're going to go a bit pinky, and that'd be nice. It's a nice morning, but it's very, very cold. Very, very cold. I think it's like -1 or -2, but it's got a feel like factor of about -5, -6. There's no wind at the moment, which is great, because if there was, I'd be absolutely really cold. So I'm not going to waffle too much while I'm walking. I'm going to try and concentrate on what I'm looking for. When I found what I'm looking for, I'll switch you on and tell you all about it. The only thing is, the moon was out, the crescent moon. The clouds just drifting over it a little bit now, so that's a bit of a shame, because I was hoping to try and get that in as well. I'll speak to you in a little while when I find something. So trying to find a composition looking backwards towards the sun or towards the clouds is quite difficult, because this is really a sunset location. I was here on a sunset a couple of videos back, so the sunset's over that way, and you get the light coming across the side of the edge, so you can get on the edge of the edge if you like and shoot down it or cross it into the sun. But looking backwards towards the sun is quite difficult. I've had a look at 2 compositions back there, just had to stand on the rocks and look round. It wasn't really working. I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for, but I'm kind of looking for a load of rocks that lead me through the image to take me into that direction, and not so easy. So I'll see if I can show you what I'm looking for. When I see it, I'll try to explain what it is and why it is. Just a load of rocks. I mean, this, if you see here, I can come back maybe up onto this one or this one, and I've now got some rocks here and scattered rocks there leading up to them clouds, but I want something bigger maybe in the foreground just here. So I'm going to head up that way and see if I can find something that way. But you see what I mean, it's hard trying to find something that direction, but I will try and explain it as I get close and show you what I'm looking for. This is looking promising just up here. I can see a little bit of rock sticking out just there, so if I can get somewhere up here, maybe use this lot, or even get down the side of it and use that lot. I think I found it. I think this might work. There's 2 ideas I've seen so far just here. Right, so this, you've got a rock, nice big set of rocks on the right hand side, so I can use that as my key to the bottom left hand side of the image down here. Then I've got this pathway with this snow on it, which is nice because it's sort of pushing you through the image now, and it's taking you up, and you've got this line that sort of leads you up through to the stones. And you've got another rock there in the midground, and it's got some snow around it as well, which is nice. And then you've got all this section of rocks just here, and you've even got a little bit sticking up above the horizon there. And then I've got the clouds. Now the sun should light up, the sun should come up somewhere around there, so hopefully it'll light this. So I think this is favourable for a composition, and this could be a Compton 1 photograph video, which would be quite interesting. But I've got a bit more time yet. In fact, the sun's actually looks like it's rising there. So if the sun's rising there, we should definitely get a sideways glow coming across. So yeah, that was one. And I did just walk past another one just down here. So let's just get back down here without slipping. I quite like this as I walk past it. This here was quite nice, because I thought you've got a path then leading you up. You've got rocks coming in from the side. You've got the snow leading you up this way. And probably as the path goes round and out the way, so you don't know where it's going. There's a bit of mystery, but you've got the rocks here then, you see, and the clouds above it. So this might work, but I'm not giving up yet. There might be another one just round the corner here. Let's just have a quick look first. Alright, so we've climbed up now onto this one that I said where we could see, with this little bit of heather sticking up, and yeah, you've got a bit of a scattering of rocks. But the problem with this now is you've got two images. You've got the sky half, and then you've got the rock half, and you've got nothing that's sort of pushing you up into that image. So yeah, it's pretty, it's nice, and it'd be nice once the light hits it. There's a big rock over there. Yeah, it'd be nice like this. This would be nice shooting maybe this way when the light hits it side on, and I can have these hills over in the background all lit up. So I'll come up here, maybe I'll get one or two images this morning and try and get something here with a side light on it. But I'm going to stick to my original plan, get back down here, go back over there and shoot that coming this way. I think plan ready. Right, so bags off my back, tripods down. Let's get this camera set up, see if we can dial in the composition and get it just right. Right, so at 16mm it's not quite wide enough, so I think I'm going to start off with a slightly wider shot. I want to try and get in this leading line of the snow going through, so I want to go wider, have the camera tilted down, exaggerate all this foreground, and then have the sky afterwards. So change over to the 10 to 22 or the 10 to 24, whichever it is, and we'll try again. Don't make it difficult for yourself. Get your bag a bit closer. And working with your gloves on is quite hard as well. What's nice is on these mornings when there's no weather going on, it's just cold, it's nice not having to rush around, and I can take my time changing lenses. I don't do it a lot, as you know, I don't do it very often, but I can take my time changing lenses, and I can take my time setting up the composition, and I haven't got to worry about the rain and anything. Oh, look at that, much better. So I've now got my rock in the foreground. The clouds are disappearing, so I'm going to have to go further around now. The clouds are drifting over that way, so if the sun doesn't hurry up, I'm going to lose this shot. So I'm going to have to move further over this way, I think, further over this way, and shoot more towards that direction, but we could end up running out of sun if we're not careful. But I've got a nice, not running out of sun, but hello, not running out of sun, but running out of cloud. It's disappearing, I don't want it to disappear, So let's start with something like this. We've got a nice leading line from both directions, somewhere like that. Let's just adjust my exposure. Let's focus on the grass just down in front of me. I'm at f4. I don't want to be on f4, do I? Where are we? Why is it not changing? What have I done? Let's have a look. If I flick the button, it's on auto. There we go. Try again. So set the composition back up, something like so. Yeah, focus on the foreground, lock that off, and then exposure compensation, f7.1. So we want to go to f11, and we'll just take a starter golden image shot. I'm not sure if you can see me then when I was waffling on. Take my first golden hour shot and see how that works. Hopefully that'll be okay for starters. Right, so the sun came up as it normally does, and it's up now. It's a few inches above the horizon line. You can see over there that the sun is now hitting the tops of the hills, which is looking pretty splendid, and over there, and it almost caught these clouds up here slightly, but it did not catch these clouds one iota. So I changed my composition. I went from down there close to that snow to up here, thinking that as the light changes I get a little bit of side light up into the distance rocks. I've got light down here in the foreground, which is quite pretty. Whoop, don't knock your tripod off the edge, because it's right on the edge of the rocks. Yeah, it's quite pretty down that way. So I've got this now, I'm using this bigger line, and I'm using all the sweep of this line going in. I'm at 10 mil, which is really wide, so it's making everything look quite small in the distance. But you can see there I've got no colour on those clouds whatsoever, which is a shame, because that's what I was hoping to get, and the moon's just up there. So I've got this massive sweep coming in. I've got the rocks sticking out that way, which are all in shadow, but up on the top there you've got glimpses of light where it's catching the rocks, and all down here you're starting to get edge lighting on the sides of the rocks, and down here on this pieces of grass, on this rock here you can see all the edge lighting coming across, and there's even a little stone wall just there. I wonder if I've got that in on the image, but the light's coming across this way now, so I've changed my plan to try and catch some sort of light catching everything this way. I think even favourable, I might run up there. I like this rock sticking out, but I might just go up there, stand on that rock maybe, and shoot the bit going out that way, so we've got some golden light on the rocks and then the snow in the background over there. So I think that's going to be the plan. Jump down back off of this rock and head that way, but the sunlight is coming across now, and yeah, look at this light in these hills. I may even spin around and just take a shot of that first, because it's nice having that little bit of golden light up on the top there, just warming all the top of the hillside. So that's my plan. Plans have to change, you have to adapt quickly, and it's a shame, because I'm hoping those clouds are going to kind of catch and give me some colour, but you can't win them all, can you? So I've adapted. I've now moved up a bit closer. I've come up onto another rock. That was that sticky out rock that I showed you just now. So I've come up onto this rock. The reason being is I've got snow over there in the distance. I've got a little bit of cloud in the sky, even though it's greyish colour. And I've got this phallus looking rock just there, which is catching all the golden light. And you can see there's some light on these grasses and some light on them. So I've got a little bit of golden light, and it's even catching the edges of the heathers down here as it gets a little bit higher, and I've still got some snow in the image just to make it work. You can see I've got some snow down here in the bottom left hand corner, and I've got this rock on the top left hand thirds, and I've got the snowy hill across on the third line, got some clouds, and I've even got a leading line from the pathway taking you through the image. So yeah, not the perfect shot, but it's nice altogether. I quite like it, and I'm going to move forward. So I've done this, I've shot this one, and I know I said I was only going to take one photograph, but you have to adapt, and I'm adapting to the fact that I haven't got the clouds. That was going to be my big epic shot with these colourful clouds, so I haven't got that, so I'm going to use this instead. I'm going to go up there, I'm going to head up towards that fallacy looking rock and maybe the one next to it, and shoot the last cluster of rocks maybe with the hillside and that behind it as the light just catches over the top there. Yeah, it's nice, but it's not quite what I wanted. It doesn't matter. Oh, excuse me, swallowed my own air. It doesn't matter. So I'm actually right in at 24mm, which is a shame. I could have been better off on the other lens now, but I'm not going to swap it over. I've got it on my back, so I want to just move around best I can. So I was just about to lift my camera, but use my own hints and tips. Put the lens cap on first. Now I've been using these magnetic filters, and I've got a magnetic ring on the front of the camera, but I must say, even with this freewheel magnetic ring on the front, and it's got a better magneticism. That's a weird thing to say, isn't it? It's a better magnetised. It's still not quite right. I'll tell you what, let's have a photo of this phallus rock just because it's quite interesting, and I've got the wide angle lens on and I can get a bit closer, and there's snow around it, and yeah, I think it might work. Try and put my camera down without it falling off the rock, because I'm stood on a rock right now. There it is. Look at that for a rock. And I actually like things like this. I like the fact that it's got that big dimple in there where a stone, once upon a time when this was all under the bottom of the sea, a stone has washed around inside there and cut it out. It looks really good. So yes, for foreground that's going to be nice. Got some snow, got some side light on it. So let's make an image of this. And I've even got a bit of a diagonal going through the image maybe. Right, I'm going to set my camera up and get this shot. Alright, so let's make our way up. Let's get our final shot. I was hoping to try and explain what I look at and what I'm looking at and how I'm seeing it, and hopefully it's coming across okay, and you're getting the idea. See, this has caught my eye. Look at this here, this rock with this hole in the bottom. Absolutely love stuff like this. I really do. It fascinates me because I know that I was carved out by a stone maybe a million years ago. I don't know, but it does fascinate me. Yeah, there's a shot there as well. It's got some lettering carved into it, so I think you can even see that. There's a nice shot there with the background on it, so why not take it? It's a nice morning, even though my hands are absolutely freezing in these gloves. I think I'm going to take this shot while the sun's a bit lower. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'll take this one, then I'm definitely moving up there and get the last shot looking over onto the valley. Then I'm going back to the van, get myself a warm cup of coffee, warm myself up with a heater, and then I'm going home, see the wife. Whew. So I've actually come up now right to the end to this big cluster of rocks, and you can see just by the sun on my face it's quite bright now and it's quite high. I'm just not sure whether there's a photo here. I think there's like a record photo, you know, kind of an image of an image, just something to say I was here, I've took it, I remember the conditions. My leg's gone loose on my tripod, which I'm not very happy with again. My Benro tripod, my big beastie wire tripod's gone loose, and I have to tighten that up when I get home. Keeps going loose, but yeah, I think I think I'll take a shot of this, just I've got the morning light on it. There is another photo I've seen. Let's just make sure we tripod safe. You stay there a moment. There is another shot I've seen as I was walking along, and I noticed it when I was back there. There is a tree. There's one tree right down there behind the farm that if I can get up on these rocks, if I can separate the top of the tree to the wall, I'm going to put the long lens on, just take that one picture of that one tree, and there's some sheep underneath it, because I like it. I like that tree and I like the walls around it. So even though I'm walking around looking for the bigger picture, I'm still looking for detail shots that sort of catch my eye, and that's one of them. But yeah, it's really nice being here, I must admit. It's lovely being here in these conditions, even though it's really cold. Let's climb up here and have a bit of a nose up on these rocks. I'll leave my camera behind me and just to see if I can show you what I might be looking for and what might catch my eye and work a bit better. Actually, yeah, up here is nice. I'm going to come up here instead. Wide angle lens. Let's just touch the back of my screen so I can see what I'm showing you. Right, so I've got wide angle lens. I've got this lovely, don't step back because I'm on the edge of the rocks again, just here. Right, so I've got this cracking line there. There's almost a stopper, so I've got to be careful of that one. There's almost a stopper to the image blocking you going in. But I've got this leading line going through, then I've got on a midsection, and I've got that rock with a ledge on it. And there's even a tree. If you look into the distance, then you've got the tree, and then you've got the mountain, sort of the hillside in the background. So this is probably the better image, the better picture, is to come up here and shoot this section with that in the distance, and that'll be my final shot. So let me go back there and get my camera. I'll set it up, tell you what I'm shooting, and then I might get that tree. Can I actually see that tree? I can't quite separate it, but I will be able to get a shot of it, just to show you if nothing else. We're there, we've got the camera up slightly higher, we've got the shot, the image is done, the image is taken, camera's pointing down. The reason the camera's pointing down is to take out most of the sky. I've only got a small strip of sky in the top because it's all blue above those bit of clouds. I've got a little key rock right down here in the bottom corner. I've got a tiny little key rock, got my leading line. That one's no longer a stopper because I've moved round to the edge slightly, so it sort of takes you in as well. It's almost slightly diagonal, it's on the left hand thirds. Then I've got my boulders in the distance. So only one more thing to do now is to just, I've already taken a couple, but I think I'm just gonna have one more selfie of me talking to you, standing over here in the scene. Get the light on me, stand somewhere like this, hold the camera up, smile, and there it is, me talking to you, taking a photograph of talking to you, talking to me. My memory card's nearly full on my little GoPro. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope this last image really does tell the story of the cold and the sunlight. So you've got the warm light, the cold snowy bits and stuff like that. You can see the sun's up behind me. I am really cold, but it's well worth it to get up and talk to you and to take some photographs. And hopefully I've showed you what I was looking for in the kind of things I was trying to sort of get my eye around when I was sort of trying to take this picture. You know, I walked up here, as soon as I spotted this as a line, I see if it works, and I came up beside it like so, come up beside it, and I can see that there's a line there leading through, and I've got a rock formation, so there's almost an image being made. I've got side lighting on all this lot, so we're bringing the camera over here like this, right next to you there. So we're bringing the camera over here, let's put it on a diagonal that's taking you through the shot. That key rock there up the top there with all the light on it, that's going to be on the top left hand third, so I'm using my third line, and then I've got the third line coming across there on the sky. So that's how I set my images up. That's what I was looking for this morning. It was all sort of pretty much live, you were with me all the way through it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please share the video. If you share the video, someone else might see it, they might like it, and they might watch it, and if they do, it's all good stuff. It's passing on the information, passing on the knowledge. I'm no professional at all this, but I certainly do put a lot of effort into it. My phone's bleeping, my watch is bleeping, my watch and phone's bleeping. They're both got, the alarms are going off. So yeah, I need to turn them off, and I need to take my gloves off to do that. So yeah, till next time, ciao for now. Keep smiling like I am. I can't stop smiling this morning. My face seems to be fixed. I think it's frozen solid. But what a gorgeous morning. Cold, snowy, icy, but the sun came up and gave us a gorgeous glow. Bye. I've got to go.